you have to be your biggest advocate before you can expect other people just to advocate for you.
Watch out, West Side Gun. I'm just like,
Today marked 1 month since Drake dropped Family Matters, and since Kendrick Lamar dropped the creepiest song I've ever heard in my life with Meet the Grams.
I think the only mistake he made was his underestimation of, and this happens a lot, of the person who's not as popular. I don't think any man that I know is like, oh, I need to, the focal point of like what a good upstanding man is, and I don't think Drake comes to mind.
It made J. Cole's Grippy look a lot better.
Hey,
We're gonna go Wesley's theory off To Pimp a Butterfly.
you bastard! I gotta take it.
Welcome to the Sound Centric Podcast. I am your host, Adam Dash, and today I'm joined by two friends, two amazing artists. We got Reed Starks, who recently released his EP album, Too Injured to Report. And we got Kieran the Nomad coming off a few songs, a lot of songs being released recently. We got HB Slant, we got Ambrosia, we got Forest Hills, we got Added Up with Dru Kelly.
Pass the plate.
Guys, welcome to the program.
Appreciate you.
How are we feeling today or tonight? This is being recorded late. But, Kieran asked a good question. What do you guys listen to today? How are we feeling?
Reed?
Oh, me?
Hey, either of you.
Kareem Liddell's Tennessee Whiskey, or what is it? Tennessee Winter. Tennessee Winters. Mudstains, my favorite song right now. That's what I've been listening to.
Shout Kareem.
Yep.
Kieran, what we vibing with today?
My answer is really boring. I only listen to my projects that I'm working on, and Dru's project that he's working on, and hold on, there was one more song that I've really been liking.
Dru's a crazy person. I cannot wait.
What a basic answer. Thank God for Me by Schoolboy Q. I played that on my way to work.
That was the intro song to every car ride for me for the first 3 months of the year.
Yep.
That song goes crazy.
It's low-key got a timeless feel to it, which is so weird. But it does, yeah.
That album has a lot of beat changes on it, which sometimes gets old for me. Sometimes it feels unnecessary, but that beat change on that song was so slick. I love that one.
The way he switched it was fire.
So the first conversation I want to get into, because I see artists debate this all the time, and I think sometimes it's a little bit of an excuse. They don't love using social media. They want to create music. They don't want to worry about social media. That being said, I think there's a big middle ground between being a full-time content creator and then being a completely mysterious artist, where it's not too hard to record a video of yourself rapping your song on Triller or whatever the app is.
Yeah.
But what are your guys' thoughts on that as artists? What is your annoyance level with the fact that you do have to be creative in another outlet other than just the music you love making?
If I was to go first, I'm not super active on socials, but I have a lot of friends in the music industry that are on socials a lot that I interact with, so I can kind of say I'm kind of on socials a lot. I think a lot of people who, I don't know, I have this opinion. I have this opinion on people who take music seriously but don't put their music out or try to put a face towards it. I feel like they're just contradicting everything they're doing. If you're wanting to get your music out there, you shouldn't just rely on gatekeeping the whole time. I gatekeep a lot of my songs. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't put out, but there's so many great artists out there that I just see that I feel like if they put a little bit of more time on social media, not even just content, but just on social media, interacting with fans, other artist friends, collaborating, it goes a long way more than just not being on. You know what I mean? That's just what I think.
Nah, for sure. Kieran, how are we feeling about it?
For me, honestly, I think it depends on the artist. So depending on your brand, your personality, and then more importantly, the type of music you make, I think that really dictates how you should present yourself on social media, and then how much you should even be on social media. And so basically what I mean by that is, if you, and it really goes, like I said, the last point, so the music you make. If you're a person who is single after single after single after single, or to go even a step further, the content or the quality of your music isn't necessarily providing a lot of depth for the average listener, to kind of what Reed said, you don't really have the time, or to not be on social media. You kind of need to present yourself all the time, because, and the way I kind of like put it is, you're making microwave food. So it's like, microwave food is good, and there's no disrespect to anybody making microwave food who's eating microwave food, but if you
Yeah.
are like, you're either still hungry later that night, or you're for sure going to be hungry the next day. It's quick. Like, you're gonna know, for a fact, you're gonna need to eat something. Whereas if you're making, and it's not even necessarily about making an album, but I just think the quality of your music, or the quality of the content that you're putting out, I think can work to the idea of less is more. Meaning, if
Yeah.
you're a Thanksgiving meal, or you're a high quality album, or you're someone who puts out singles few and far between, but they're very, very, very good, I think you can afford yourself more time, and you don't necessarily have to be on social media 365 like some other artists do. So I think it
Yeah.
depends on the artist. To make it more personal for me, I'm someone who does the kind of, and I call it a fake thing. It's different for every artist, but I think it's fake, where I'll pop out and be heavy on social media when I need to be. And then, like, if I'm not in the mood, or like the second like something in real life goes wrong, I'm off there for like a day or two, or my
Yeah.
consistency is very kind of like static. But to me, I believe that shows in kind of like my metrics. So I don't take it personally, or think it's like a bad thing or a good thing for me. I just look at it as what it is, with how with how
Yeah.
I move. If I want to move differently, I can either make higher quality music, or I can move a little bit more consistently on social media. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think, to Reed's point, I always think back to this, but I think as an artist, you have to be your biggest advocate before you can expect other people just to advocate for you. They might. You might have a huge fan base that will do all this stuff for you, but when you're coming up, I think you got to be the one who's put on free music, because we might not post it. You got to be the first one to post that, press that button. So this question came up because Tyler, the Creator, sent a DM to Omar Apollo and was like, dude, you have a hit song. Why the fuck are you not promoting more? And Omar was like, shit, like, Tyler, the Creator, is telling me this. And it's like, if Tyler, the Creator, is promoting the shit out of his work, you can too.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree
And
too.
And I think it's like just an interesting battle. I mean, I also like when artists don't also display what their personalities are outside of music. So I mean, I do this because, I mean, I have to post too, running this. But also, like, if you're an artist and you love NBA basketball, like, it's cool watching an artist you like tweet about the NBA playoffs, and you can like conversate with your favorite artist about something you guys both mutually like
Yeah.
outside of that. Or like West Side Gun loves wrestling, like he's always tweeting about that. Reed loves wrestling. You're tweeting about that. Action Bronson has this whole food thing. Like, I
Yep.
think it's
Yeah.
cool. That's a cool way to use social media to show your interest outside of just the music you make.
Agreed.
And Reed, you got a whole podcast. I mean, you're running that on the wrestling.
Watch out, West Side Gun. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious, based on this conversation, are there any artists that you guys noticed, either rising or established, that you just really love the content they create around promoting their music, whether it be actually promoting the music or just something they do outside of it?
I have like two in mind, but one's super biased because it's like my brother, and we all know who
That's fine.
we all
That's
know who
fine.
I'm gonna say.
You know
Say
who it
it. Say
is.
it.
And Dru Kelly, his shout out to Frankie. I know Frankie gonna see this. I love you, Frankie. You're the goat.
Yeah.
But like just the videos he posts with his phone and cuts up and everything, like him being at home, him doing regular shit, like
Yeah.
me, that means more to me. Like what you're to your point before about them talking about other stuff, like you see him outside of being just Dru Kelly on a song on Apple or
Yeah.
Spotify. Like he's in the kitchen whipping up something in the air fryer and he's spitting crazy stuff.
He's crazy.
That one, and then Lucas Home. I don't know if y'all heard of Lucas Home.
Yeah. I know this
Yeah, I
guy.
follow him.
He has dope visuals. He always
He's
snaps.
fire.
He's one of my favorite up and coming artists. We need to get a song soon. Him and Kieran will make a really good song personally, but
Hey,
Yeah, I
Lucas,
think I just
tap in.
followed him. I think I just followed him.
yeah, bro. But those are like the two, obviously, that like kind of catch my eye when it comes
Yeah.
to certain stuff.
Well, it's funny to your point about Andrew. So I'm to the audience who doesn't know. I now manage Andrew,
Yeah,
and I think I'm gonna assume an issue for a lot of managers is that when they're first dealing with an artist, they have to convince the artist to post, which can be a big fight. Which is kind of the whole start of the first conversation about some artists don't want to post, and the manager's like, "Come on, you need to post a TikTok," and that was, I'll say, nice for me. That one of the reasons I was attracted towards managing him was that I'm like, he already does that so well by himself. Like, he knows the content stuff,
better.
and people do think it's cool. And then maybe sometimes he needs to tone it down with some of the stuff that's hilarious.
Yeah.
We've
It's
talked
better
about
to have
that.
someone have to tone it down though than to have them have to like not do enough. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
It's like
100%. And honestly, the tone it down stuff has gotten him. That stuff has like gotten him attention from artists that are huge that also talk like that.
Literally.
So it works.
Yeah.
Kieran, is there anyone that you're looking at, small or established, that you're like, I like the content, I like how they go about doing it?
absolutely not. No, I'm just kidding. um, nah, there's a bunch, way too many to name. But off top of my head, Ahmad Anonymous, I've noticed every time he drops because of his visuals, it's very
Yeah,
unique to him. He already has his own sound kind of defined, so just makes it easy, kind of like to know what you're going to get from an Ahmad visual as well as an Ahmad song. So I think that's really dope, even at the stage he's at in his career. I think Brittany Carter was someone who came to mind too. She's someone who, to my point earlier, who I would argue is soul food. And again, no disrespect to anyone making quick or a lot of songs or
yeah,
whatever, but she doesn't have to drop or even be seen often because you know when you see her. If you do know, if you guys are familiar, if the listeners are familiar with who that
She.
is,
of
Brittany
course.
Carter from Chicago. She's
Yeah.
amazing. So I've never met her personally. We've talked,
Uh,
privately, but she's incredible. And every time you see something from her, you know it's going to be in quality. You know the music's
Yeah,
going to be good, and you know the video is going to be high quality. And I think the last person I'd say most at the forefront would be Nate Joel. It's a name
great
we.
visuals.
It's almost insane if you haven't seen his name on Twitter because of his visuals. He's known for years now as someone you every time you turn his visuals on, it's going to be something you just haven't seen. The way the
Yeah,
colors pop, the way his visuals stand out, the way it's like done specifically catered to his music. So I think those are a few people who came to mind that like I think are really, really, really dope. Yeah, I think they're on up
yeah,
and coming. I think they're bigger than, or they should be bigger than what they are. All of them. So for
yeah.
sure.
Is Steve Muella the name of the
yeah. Yeah.
guy who does his videos?
Yeah. He's
Yes.
am-
Yeah.
amazing. He's.
You are
Yeah.
now entering a vibe.
Yeah.
Those videos.
Yeah, fire, 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 fire. So yeah, just stuff like that. I think is really dope. I think it's really, really,
Yeah.
really dope. Where you know it's that person as soon as you turn it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone who's more established that I recently have just loved their content was LaRussle, and everything
Mhm.
he's doing with his hometown shows. And I saw today, because recently, what's the artist's name? Shit, forgetting his name, but the guy he's worked with Travis Scott a lot. You might know as I'm talking about this, but he wanted to start his own thing where he's selling his whole catalog of music, but you have to like subscribe monthly to it. But it was a lot of
Oh,
money.
LaRussle.
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I saw what he was into. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
LaRussell
yeah.
today is saying you can give any amount of money. You can give 1 penny, or you can donate $100 to have a monthly subscription to behind the scenes videos, behind the scene content. I've seen Marlon Craft do something similar to that, but I think that's a really cool way to get around the whole complaining about Spotify and Apple Music streams. It's just hard for those companies to pay out all the artists, and I don't think anyone knows a solution to that. So the solution is
Agreed.
taking it into your own hands. It's kind of like content creators will put their stuff behind a paywall. Like Joe Budden podcast, like knows what episodes to make you pay for. And as an artist, if you have that fan base who's willing to pay $1, that can add up if there's enough people. So I thought that
Yeah.
was a really
For
cool
sure.
new thing.
For sure. For sure.
So today
Agree.
marked 1 month since Drake dropped Family Matters, and since Kendrick Lamar dropped the creepiest song I've ever heard in my life with Meet the Grams. How are you guys feeling 1 month later? Has your opinion on any of the songs changed? Can you enjoy them more now that you're out of the whole Twitter, like, because sometimes Twitter can make you change your opinion on how you felt about a song. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But Reed, start me off. How are we feeling a month removed from debatably the greatest battle in hip hop history?
Ah, man. Y'all know me, man. I don't really like conflict. I'm like a pretty easygoing person, but in the scope of like just hip hop, bro. And
Sorry, that answer was so political.
You got it. It's a safe place. Aubrey won't see this.
oh,
uh,
I don't care, bro. And what did Max say? I did it all without a Drake feature. That's how I'm stepping.
you said that. Yeah,
But
talk to me.
Kendrick body, bro. Sorry. Family Matters was amazing, but just the chess move that was Kendrick Lamar with Meet the Grams, and then Not Like Us, which being like the #1 song in the world at one point. I don't know if it still is or not. Probably not. If it is, good for him.
Yeah.
I can't escape that song. Like I can't escape Family Matters.
Wah.
Not
Shit
fuckable.
goes hard.
yeah, yeah.
Uh.
So yeah, I think at first I thought Drake held his own pretty well. Can we? We're not just gonna gloss over like the accusations, right?
I
It's
mean, yo,
like,
get into it. I mean, they both got accusations that no one's talked about since.
I mean,
I would say at least Drake addressed his. Kendrick never even addressed his.
yeah. And hey, Kendrick's,
That's
he's one of probably my favorite artists. He is my favorite artist ever. But man, just the scope of hip hop kind of changed for a little bit, bro. Like they were dropping back to back. They were going crazy on each track. I think Not Like Us was like the perfect send off to that beef. People say the beef's still probably going on and Drake's gonna drop something. I don't really, to me personally, I don't even care. I think it's over. But what came out of it was pretty gnarly, and I'm glad I was alive to see it. You know, type shit.
it was cool. It was cool to be on social media for a moment like this. I think I was on Twitter for like Story of Adidon, but like that earlier 2000 stuff, like Control. I wasn't. I can't say I was on Twitter for when Control dropped
Yeah,
and how the world was reacting to
I
that. But
was.
Kieran,
Karen Oldest.
how are we? He's the elder statesman
I'm
right now.
20. I'm 28. Yeah, I was for surely on Twitter when Control dropped. That shit was insane, but it wasn't the same as this. This was a different
Yeah.
energy. This was
Yeah,
because of social media, the biggest rap beef ever. Not the deadliest or the most important, but definitely the biggest for sure. Yeah, sharing Reed sentiments, not to talk too much, but yeah, Kendrick for sure. Much respect to both parties. I think Family Matters is one of Drake's better records ever, but because of the time and place of the record, it will always and forever be tarnished. So, yeah, I listen to Not Like Us often. It comes on often. Mostly everyone's heard it or known it that I know. People that in my that I work, even people I work with who aren't even in necessarily the music industry. Everyone's familiar with the song. So that just speaks to the volume of like how big the song is. I think it's still top 10 Billboard charts right now,
Yeah.
all genres. So because we're in the industry now, this is a different conversation. It's one thing when you're just fans. We all are in the industry. Y'all know how hard it is to crack regular charts, much less the hip hop charts, much less the Billboard charts, much less the Billboard all genre. So we're just speaking, and obviously it's Kendrick. So I mean, yeah, for sure. But in general, I don't give a fuck. I'm an artist. I understand how hard that is. That shit's
Yeah.
insane. So I think again that just speaks volumes to how fire the record was in itself. Yeah, I think Kendrick won. I don't think there's anything to be said any further. I mean, obviously both sides can say shit on other records in the future, yada yada yada. But yeah, to me it's done. I think everything we needed to see, we saw. So yeah.
Yeah, I got a few of the songs in my gym playlist. I got Push Ups in there. I got Family Matters. I got Not Like Us. Because they go hard. And, I mean, Drake just. I thought Drake was going to go through the strategy of dropping right when Kendrick dropped. I think it was like 6. Maybe it was Euphoria. I thought he was going to drop right after Euphoria. And, I mean, Kendrick had the move. Kendrick apparently had like 10 songs locked and loaded and knew whatever Drake was going to say. He's like, I have a song for this response. I have a song for this response. And it was such a cool moment for hip hop. I was at a bar with our friends Mike Quill and Bluff, and a guy heard us talking, and came over and he's like, "Are you guys talking about the fight?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "I have no one to talk to." He was so excited, and I've never had that moment in hip hop where someone like joined a conversation because they were so excited to talk about hip hop. So that was such a
hey,
cool
hip
moment.
hop's
Yeah.
I felt.
the great, bro. You can't beat it. It's the best thing ever to me. One of the best things ever. So
It's my favorite thing.
I think the only other thing I'll say about it is everyone. I mean, I watch a lot of podcasts and people talking about it and stuff. Everyone has these different theories on why Drake lost, as far as like not doing this or not doing that. I think the only mistake he made, because it's Drake, so I don't think this impacted him long term in terms of like how his numbers will do or if
Yeah.
he's his bank account or anything like that. But as far as like the culture and everything, we definitely know he lost. But I think the biggest thing for me was his underestimation of, and this happens a lot, of the person who's not as popular but is very very capable in life, not just in hip hop, where we kind of underestimate the person who's not doesn't have as much motion or doesn't do as much as the person, whether it's in
Yeah.
class or on a sports team or whatever. But yeah, that was a mistake. I think people who make music understand Kendrick is Kendrick, but I think fans didn't understand why we thought that Kendrick is one of the best
Yeah,
artists like we said
Yeah.
ever. So I think that was shown here. Like I said, yeah, I think it's over for good. I hope it's over for good.
Yeah.
If Drake's smart, he would end it here. So yeah.
yeah.
I think it was a little bit of like who can accuse the other person of the worst crime. It kind of felt like that because I'll be real, like
Yeah,
you can't really come back from being called a pedophile. You can't really deny it. Like, are you all you can say is I'm not one and hope the people believe you.
like, bro, what was he? I'm gonna be honest. What was he supposed to say at that point?
It's
He couldn't
insane.
say anything.
Like for what he accused
Yeah.
Kendrick of,
It's like
Kendrick's wife can come out and be like, "That's not true," and we're like, "It's not true." Tariq can't have his mom come out and be like, my son is not a pedophile." And we're like, "Oh, the mom said it. Like it's not true."
God.
So
I think even in that too though, like Kendrick's obviously, both of, like you said, Adam, both sides have been accused. Kendrick's lack of a response to me, not even that that's a good thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Like I think if you're accused of something that crazy in life and you don't respond, it kind of leaves room for people just to kind of like, oh, he didn't receive, so we don't know anything of. I'm not denying. I think Drake's speediness to deny everything. Obviously, there was a lot of pressure on him, anyways.
yeah, he had
But I
to.
think not even that that's telling because I'm not calling him guilty, but I do think that that leads for the fans to have this conversation that we're having, where we can kind of joke it on Drake now, where no one's really
Yeah,
joking on Kendrick for beating his wife. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's kind of interesting to me. Kendrick was
yeah,
smart about not responding in that. I think it would have made him look a little bit weaker, honestly.
yeah. And there's like a way deeper conversation to have, but like when
Yeah,
the P Diddy stuff came out, which was like disgusting, you see all these people talking about how awful it is, which it was, and it was on video, so obviously there's a proof of that happening. And I
yeah.
was a little shocked. I'm like, no one really cared about this Kendrick stuff, which maybe it's not true, so maybe they shouldn't have cared. I don't know. But I felt that felt a little weird. I'm like, no one even addressed this. Like, no one cared.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to me, from what I see in the culture, I think it goes back to their history. So, like, no
Yeah,
one knows them personally. We don't know them, but like Drake has a sketchy history when it comes to that
hundred
accusation.
percent.
Kendrick had addressed this specific thing on his last album recently. So it's
Yeah,
like the different, and then in terms of their stature, I think obviously they're both regarded as two of the best rappers ever. In terms of how they're viewed as men, and again, that's a touchy conversation, but I mean, like, it's just a conversation
yeah,
I think people need to have. We view them differently. I don't think any man that I know is like, oh, I need to, their focal point of like what a good upstanding man is, and I don't think Drake comes to mind. I don't mean any offense by that, but I
yeah,
just
yeah.
don't think he's the
No, I know
focal
what you
point
mean.
for. Whereas Kendrick, I don't think he is either, but I do think he has a little bit more of the qualities most people would look for. So I think that comes to play here, where yeah, both accusations are crazy. I don't think it, even a thing to weigh them and say who did what. But I do think when it comes down to it, yeah, we're looking at the past history and energy and what's been presented, and it's much easier to believe Drake's side than it is
Yeah.
to believe Kendrick's side, even if both are true or neither are true. So
Nah, you're definitely right. I think of Drake. I'm not sure if you guys are football fans, but I look at Drake kind of like the Aaron Rodgers of rap. Like, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is like 40 years old. He has like no like his family doesn't like isn't into him. He has no wife, and it's just like I don't know. J Cole has a whole family and is making albums about them, and Kendrick is a whole family and he's making albums about them. And it's like this guy's going Turks and Caicos and still rapping about
do you
20
see
year
what
old
I'm saying?
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And the example I was thinking of is like if I was on The Bachelor like 3 years straight as The Bachelor, and then I went and got married, and everyone found out I cheated on my wife. It's gonna be, or there was a rumor that I cheated on my wife. It's gonna be
Yeah,
much easier to believe that than it is if I was, sorry, no offense, but I was Mormon, and I came, I went to BYU, and
yeah,
like I became a librarian in Wisconsin, and then what I'm saying. It's the same rumor, but like it's just
yeah,
much
yeah,
easier to believe when someone has a history of whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I think all in all, down when it comes back down to like the music. I think Kendrick just made better songs. I think
yeah,
that's if we're just keeping it music and we're leaving out all the extra shit. Kendrick just made better songs. I just
yeah.
think they were better songs. So
And a side note, did you guys see the new? Yeah, I know you guys were at work. Did you see the new Drake song that just came out today?
Nope, I'm not gonna listen.
no, oh yeah, I heard a snippet.
It is awful. It's called Wagwan Delilah, and it's like, hey there, Delilah, but I guess Canadian. And
Hey there, Delilah is a classic. Why would you remix that?
it is so. It's like, please be AI. It's awful.
I
It is
think he's doing
so
this on
funny.
purpose. Honestly, he's probably yeah.
Wait. I had somebody tell me that since the AI accusations towards Drake, every bad song that he drops, everybody just says, "Yeah, I bet it's AI."
I hope. Bro, it started with Search and Rescue. Search and Rescue had an AI vibe to it when I first heard it. Like it just sounded something weird about it. But this
Yeah, like,
song is god awful. I don't
I
know
haven't
what this
heard
man
it.
was thinking.
I'll probably listen
You're
after.
not a fan of
But
it?
It made J. Cole's Grippy look a lot
hey,
better.
whoa,
I
whoa,
never listened
whoa,
to
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa!
didn't listen to
Listen, for what that song
Gri-
is, that song is a vibe. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna
Grippy?
lie.
I never
Oh,
listened
that's
to it.
I ain't gonna
I
lie.
never listened to
J. Cole's one of the best lyricists of all time, but he can make some songs that are just like like Grippy. That
it. Did he
shit.
have
I,
any fart or shit bars in there?
Yeah, it's just weird. I saw someone say, and it's kind of true. Like he's just not like a silly guy, so he can't really make
Yeah,
like a silly song. Like Kendrick gets away with it because like he can do like the silly. I don't know. It's just
I
some people can get away with certain stuff.
I get that. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt though. Like we're all musicians at the
Yeah,
end, of the day, trying something different.
yeah. So now we're gonna get into a little game, a little draft. So we are gonna do a draft, a 3-song draft of the best music intros of all time. So we're gonna do this as a
Okay.
snake draft. We can go. I'll let one of you go first. We'll go Reed, Kieran, me, Kieran, Reed, Kieran. Going back and forth. So Reed, at the first pick of the hip hop intro song album draft, what do we got?
Now I just went off personal taste and preference. This is one of the best vibe songs of all time. I have for my number one spot, "Wild Irish Rodeo" by
Great
Smino.
song.
Shout out to Smino.
Shout out to Smino.
I need something solid
That's a
up front. You can't just put the whole entree up there for. You gotta wait. We're on the menu right now. We ain't got the entree yet.
Kieran. What is your intro song? What is your first
I'm
pick?
gonna, I'm gonna be super podcast ratchet and just play 5 seconds of mine because y'all already know through the rough speaker what it is.
I I thought about this one. I thought about this one.
Do I need to say any more? Do I need to say any more? What
No.
are we talking about? What
Hey,
are we talking about?
hey. What are we talking about?
It's a
I
feeling. It's a vibe. You just had to, you know what I'm saying? It was a different time. It's a
Yeah.
different
for for
pre-COVID.
for those who don't know, he
Hose was
played he played
outside. Sorry.
Stargazing.
Sorry, yeah, Stargazing by Travis Scott. Thank you. Off of Astro World.
Wait, I
The
thought he forgot
classic.
the song title. He just played it.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm crying. Yeah, no, it's a classic song. I was in a place when I heard that song, so like that song just hits different for me, anyways. But yeah, one of the best intros ever
Yeah.
to me.
Now that song sounds like space, and I love Astroworld so much because the album sounds like space. Like it
Literally,
sounds like what it was marketed as.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
So
Astro World.
I got 2 picks in a row here. So for my first pick, I'm gonna go "Good Morning" by Mr. Kanye West off Graduation. Ooh, good morning. I mean, come on, classic album. That's the way you start it. And my second pick,
Okay.
I mean, guys, you're giving me too much here. We're gonna go Wesley's Theory off "To Pimp a Butterfly." Hit
You
me.
bastard! I gotta take.
You
They're all
stole
off the
one of mine
board.
too.
Oh man,
Wait,
And the
okay.
flowers of this cocoon collide.
dang.
Oh Lord.
Dang, okay. Loki stole one of mine. It's all
Yeah,
good.
I know.
mine too.
We're coming here to win.
Oh,
I'm going to go.
We could bump it to 4 songs if we got too much. We can keep this going.
bump it to
Okay, so hold
bump
on. I
Let's
have a
go. We'll go
question.
4 songs.
4.
What is the qualification? Is it best intro off the best album, or just like the best
No,
intro period?
best intro period, and it has to be. There can't be like a skit first. Like that counts as an intro. Like it has to be the first song on the album.
Okay, then I have one.
Okay.
What is it?
I'm gonna get crucified for this if people listen to this. I'm so scared. It's fine. It's gonna be B by Jaden Smith
Oh, I
off
thought.
of
Hmm,
his.
wow,
Wow. I
that's a
was thinking
bold.
be like the light.
No, he has an intro that is one of the most sick intro. It's like straight out of Kanye's handbook. I feel like Kanye gave him the intro. It's insane. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Reed, you got 2.
Um, my next one, I'm gonna go Under the Sun. I feel like that's a great
Okay.
fit. A lot of rapping.
Love that
The
song.
next one is super off the wall, but I have "Them Bones" by Alice in Chains. One of the greatest rock songs I've ever heard.
Okay. I can't give a strong opinion on that choice, but
Oh,
I
is
trust
this
you.
any? Wait, hold on. Is this any genre?
I
He's
was doing rap.
oh, we're doing rap. Okay, take that back. Cut
Let's
it.
do rap. Let's keep it
Cut it off. Cut it off. I'm gonna take "Busy Silence" by Saba.
off care for me.
Yep.
I knew that was coming
My
from you.
favorite album of all time. My favorite album of all time.
So that's three for you.
Yep.
I'm gonna do "Over My Dead Body" by Drake.
That's one of his best songs to me ever. I give
Yeah, of course.
that song.
In
There's a
fact,
few.
Adam gave a little squint. No, that Adam. Now that song's crazy.
Yeah.
Adam, you
Nah,
don't
nah, it's crazy.
understand.
I had a few different Drake intros on my list that I was debating saying, so I didn't have that one. But it's a great song. It is
Yeah,
a
no,
great
that
song.
song's timeless.
It's
Oh my
not even
god.
Drake rapping, it's the vocals. I see
Yeah,
the
I'm
Yeah,
feeling it.
like come on now, come on.
yeah.
Hey, what Cam Hayden do? Come on now.
Yes, sir.
So I got two legendary rapping songs, and the next one's it's gonna be rap, but give me "Come Back to Earth" by Mac Miller off Swimming.
That's a
I
good
mean, I
that's
mean, what a way to start in one of the best albums of all time. My
that's
regrets look just like text.
a Max super
I like
fan.
it. I like it. I like it.
I got that right there, baby. And for my last pick,
You know ball. You know ball.
I know ball.
Oh,
At
oh,
pick number
oh,
4,
calm down, calm down.
I'm not gonna go another Kanye just to be fair, and we can go old school, but I'm gonna go "Good Ass Intro" by Chance. Better than I was the last time,
Great
baby. Ooh,
song.
ooh, ooh,
Wow.
ooh,
I'm
ooh.
good, so good, so good.
I mean,
Yeah. My second
I
favorite
got,
album of all time. My
I
second
got
favorite.
my
Yeah.
lineup. My lineup's looking crazy right now. I don't know how y'all catching up, but Kieran,
Yeah.
is this pick
I'm
3 for
gonna
you?
go. I'm gonna go. "Can't Knock the Hustle" by Jay
Yep,
Z and
Jay Z.
Mary J. Blige off "Reasonable Doubt."
That was the little debate I was having in my head right there. If I went with a classic one or one I just really love, but
Yeah, something
of
about the feeling of
course,
that project. Yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah,
boom. Yeah, the little heartbeat in the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
just sets the tone.
I read. Is this your third or is this your fourth?
fourth.
Okay, so then
So
Kieran has to go one more.
I had Wild Irish Roses, Under the Sun, Busy
That's nice.
Sirens.
And last pick, what are we going with?
Bro, you kind of took my last pick because
I told you
that
come
might
prepared.
that was always my favorite album of all time until Care for Me came out. See, now I've lost all. You know what? I'm gonna take one. I think, and to people who want to argue with me about this, I don't care. We all have preference. To me,
I don't know.
other than Kendrick Lamar, the best rapper in the game right now, I take "Frequency Change" by Jid. JID. Jid.
Okay. I had
Okay.
That's just me.
I had Radar on my list. I
That
was
doesn't count.
debating.
Wait.
Oh, it's not an intro. It's a
Yep.
second song.
Yep.
Good call. That's why I didn't go with it.
I was gonna
That's
take
why I didn't go with it.
Radar. Come on, come on, be-
I'm not mad at it. I'll read you out some left off choices that I had written down just in case.
Okay, for sure.
No one said "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Cole. All for your eyes only.
Yep.
No one said. I didn't think anyone was gonna say this, but I love this album. A bird with a word. Anderson .Paak off Malibu.
Love the
That
album.
intro song
Love that.
is so amazing.
Love that
If you
album.
know, if you know, you know. Pusha T. Crazy intro.
What project is that?
That's Daytona.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that
And
was the
there's a
first
lot of
one.
Kanye choices that no one went with besides me. There was Dark Fantasy, and
I
then
thought about "Killing You" is a great intro.
Ultra Light Beam was not chosen.
Oh man.
Intro?
That's the intro. That's the
Yeah,
first song.
I forgot about that.
Oh shit!
That'd have been my
Damn.
one pick just for the chance first.
I mean, yeah.
Man.
When they come for you, I will shield your name. I will
Yeah.
fear their questions.
I will.
Go ahead
Nothing
and get that
can.
solo, Adam.
Yeah, bro. That's what we do on the show.
What they
Solo
say?
freestyle.
What they say? No one can judge.
They don't know.
They
Foot
know.
on the devil's neck till I drift in Pangea. Moving on my family from China to Zambia. Treat the demons just like Pam. I mean, I fuck with your friends, but damn,
Again,
Gina.
you know.
I've been this way since Arthur was Anteater. Now they want to hit me with the whoop, the bam. Trying to set photos of family, My dog look just like Sia. He can't see ya. You can feel the lyrics, the spirit coming in braille. Tell me another underground, come and follow the trail. I made something candy, I'm never going to hell. I met Kanye West, I'm never going to fail. He says do a good ass job with Chance 3. Heard he got sell at the snatch of Grammy. Let's make it so free and the bar so hard that there ain't one gosh darn part you can't tweet. This is my part, nobody else speak. This is my part, nobody else speak. This little light of mine. Glory be to God. Yes, I'll make sure that they go where they can't go. If they want to ride, I'm still getting a raincoat. No God said when he said for the first rainbow, throw it to the end, while the end, the end. Alright, we got it.
Yo, Chance has to see that. There's no way. There's no way he did like what?
Acid rap.
What that one dude?
I remember acid rap changing my life. I was freshman year of college. That's how old I am. I was cleaning my dorm, and someone was said to play the album, and I turned it on. And I was like, "This is one of the best albums I've ever. One of the best intros I've ever heard."
I'm
One of
from
my
the,
first,
I'm from the Midwest. 4 hours away. He dropped acid rap. Bro, swear to God. I was
my
like,
first,
"Is this dude?"
first
And
favorite album.
I listened to 10 Day too. 10 Days what started it all. But acid
Yeah.
rap, beast.
That was like my first favorite album. I've said this on the podcast before, but I used to pray to God at night that I could have a raspy voice one day. Like I wanted to have that.
It's not
that
fun.
Chance voice.
Not fun.
Acid rap. But yeah, that was that was an amazing list.
All he need
I
to
think that was
do
good.
is start his next album with an and it's over.
It's
Everyone's gonna lose their shit.
Yeah.
I mean, these new songs have been really good, but I think one of Chance's best attributes is his ability to make great choruses, and I think that's what I'm most excited to see on this album. I mean, it's the classics. It's the cocoa butter kisses. It's the
one of the best songs.
It's the same drugs. It's that type of stuff that made me really
His
fall in love
hooks are
with him.
crazy.
Yeah, bro. I take inspiration from like his hooks and like the choruses and his bridges, bro. He just has
Angel.
they're so off the like with the one thing with Chance with me is like he's a really great rapper, don't get me wrong, but his bars and like his stuff that he says is like something else. It's off the wall because some of his stuff people aren't saying. So that's what
Yeah,
always
fact.
caught
It's
my
it's very biblical type rap. Like he raps kind of in Bible verses, which I know he's a very Christian guy. So like
yeah.
he raps in very metaphorical way. He references the Bible, even on that ultralight beam. He's referencing like a famous story from the Bible on it. So it's a very different way of rapping. Sometimes I don't even know what he's saying. It's kind of with that like I don't even know like what it means. Then you go on Genius and then you look it up. That's the fun of rap. That's the fun of rap.
You heard?
I love Smino. I don't know what he's saying sometimes. I had to go on Genius and really focus in.
You ain't gotta know what Smino said. Just listen to how he says it, and that's it.
Well, guys, I wanted to end this by we do a playlist title of the week. We kind of talked about it in the beginning, but what's some music that you guys have been loving recently? Maybe some from rising artists you want to shout out right now? I know we did a little Kareem shout out. Shout out to Kareem, Tennessee Winters. I said before, I'm not sure if I said in the podcast before, we're talking to Alex Bannon. Her new album is incredible.
Fire.
It is called, did I write it down? Yeah, Since Winona. Doc Weiler came out last year. It was one of my favorite songs. This album has so many good songs, but what are you guys feeling? What are you guys listening to?
I'm fucking with Feenin. Corrali's been pushing that a lot. Corrali Payne from Chicago.
Great song.
Yep.
Off his new album.
That's the
417. That shit's been crazy. Just got to link with him actually. Morgan, even though her album came out a couple months ago, I'm still listening to it.
Yep.
Megalomania.
Yes.
Completely Clueless is my favorite song off the album.
Photoshop.
Trying to think of this. Photoshop, yes sir. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else crazy. I'm listening to Andrew a lot, but like I think we all listen to Andrew a lot.
Yeah.
Narcos still gets played for me, and then obviously Unbiased Added Up gets played a lot too.
18 on the road with like a semi truck. What a bar.
Yeah. His verse.
Bro picked like the
Wow.
most one out of everything he said. That's how good he is, bro.
How was the Morgan show? Shout out to Morgan performing headlining in Chicago.
Yes, Morgan Gold, she killed it. It was absolutely incredible, actually. We drove up there same day. Took Frankie up there. Shout out Frankie. Rode with me, and we rode back later on that night. But yeah, it was cool. Gio came there. A couple other openers. The openers were incredible. There was this one dude named 16. He was fire from Chicago. Fire. fire. His sound was just fire, especially for like live. He was very, very, very dope. And then yeah, Gio did his thing. That was crazy. It was just cool to link with him. I'd only linked with him like one time outside of that, so we spent the day together. Got some chicken. I went to the hood.
Yeah,
Saw
for
someone
sure.
almost shoot up the place. He didn't really shoot up the place, but like it could have gotten there. He was mad. And then yeah, Morgan headlined, and it's Morgan. I'm not sure if you all have met her or seen her perform, but absolutely phenomenal. I'm biased because I'm a Virgo and she's a Virgo, so we just like doing things a certain way. So I already knew it was gonna be done like fire, but nah, bro. I'm telling you straight up, she's just attention to detail and then voice control, and then just the way she's delivering herself on the songs was absolutely incredible too. So I had a good time. I had a great time. Definitely can't wait to go back to Chicago for sure.
Love that. Reed, how we feeling? We'll be bumping.
A lot of Bluff, his new 2-pack,
Shout bluff.
crazy. Him and Drew. Listen to a lot of Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this to everyone: his album that's on the way, because everyone's already heard about it.
And y'all are on it.
Out of here. Out of here.
Let's see this.
Out of here.
Out of here. Yeah. Doobies, Soup Kitchen.
Yup, Doobies,
love
yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. There's one that I've been listening. Oh, Van Buren Records. There's a person on Karen. I don't know.
Felix or Luke
Giles. Is that?
Giles? Yeah. I went to school with him.
Yeah. There's this one song that he has out right now that I can't stop listening to. It's like, this ain't what you want. Ah. Yeah.
I know the song you're talking about. I know the song you're talking about. I forget the name of it.
The name is life, but it's fire.
Since we're saying them, damn, Luke Barr is too. He has a song called "Flawless."
Yeah.
That is probably my favorite song of the year. I want to make sure I like give a shout out to that. Yeah, because I fuck with him anyway. So shout out to Van Buren. But like Luke has this shit called Luke. I'm gonna send it directly to you, Adam.
Yeah.
It's just a good song. Like to me, and it sounds crazy, but it almost should get like the same kind of like love that what's the hit song out right now that Tommy has? It's like
Baby.
that to me. Like I play it like that. Like it's platinum in my whip.
Yeah.
Just some rap shit. It's just really fire. It's short. It's fire. So yeah, Van Buren's definitely doing their thing. I fuck with that. They're all doing solo shit right now because you know they're gonna come back together and do something crazy too. So yeah, it's been fire.
I was also gonna shout out my DX people. Savvy McFly, I fucking play a lot too. All the homies are making great music, bro. It's a good time in music right now, just for me.
Love it.
So
I also want to shout out My Name Isn't J-Mac. Has a new album called My Name Isn't. Beats, shout out to Limo. Beats are insane. His rapping, insane. I really liked Proper Vertigo with Soul Child because she kills it.
Yeah.
She's one of those ones. And Freedom with, there's a different, High Kick. High Kick has Femdot, which amazing verse by Femdot. Mick Jenkins has never not did an amazing verse on a song.
They're both on the same song?
Yeah, same song. It's crazy. And Freedom, new song. It is Marco Plus, Ruben Vincent, and Domani. And it's just if you like a little soul beat with no drums and people just spitting bars, it's exactly what it is with three guys who are at the top of the
I have
game.
to tap into that. Sorry.
Yep.
That one's insane.
Say less.
But if you guys made it to the end of the podcast, thank you so much. Kieran Reed, tell them where they can find you right now.
Kieran, go first.
So you go first. You already know what it is. It's Kieran the Nomad. You can find me everywhere at Kieran Kiran the Nomad TheNomad. Yeah, I just be rapping. I got an album coming out soon. I got plenty more music coming out soon. I'm about to make some other announcements soon. So yeah, appreciate you, Adam.
Of course, Reed. Where are they finding you?
Reed Starks, ReedStarks. I'm on every social platform. You can find me if you just put in the name Reed Starks. I don't think anybody else has the same name as me, but if they do, shout out to you too. You're a GOAT. Just dropped my new project, 2 Injured to Report. Probably one of my best projects today, if not the best. I'm humble and say a lot of things, but like I really think it's one of the best projects of the year. But I'm gonna just say that I got some singles coming for the summertime because I pop out during the summertime because it's like my shit. Doobies. That's all I'm gonna say. We're
Doobies?
Yeah, Adam, you can, and I appreciate Adam for always putting on, bro. If you are not tapped, I'm gonna say this right now too. This is special service announcement. If you are not tapped into Sound Centric, bro, you're a loser. That's all I'm gonna say. No one is doing it. like Adam Dash, bro. And he will bar up your favorite podcaster too, bro. That's almost
You're actually you're
Hear
an
that, Joe
enemy of
Budden?
mine if you're not tapped.
yeah, like I just appreciate the platform he puts on for like people like me, underground artists, people like Kieran, people like Dru, people like the Doobies, people like My Name Isn't J Mac, just people like who make great music, bro. And we are all just here, and he's doing it at a high clip. Y'all need to tap in, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, brother. You know, this is my favorite thing in the world to do. I love finding new music. I love sending new music to people, that excitement level. But if you made it to the end, thank you so much. I'm Adam Dash _ DASH on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, Soundcentric Music. And we shall see you next time. We are out. Peace.